Hello everyone. I wanted to put together one last video for this year, just talking about gear. I don't want to go over all the gear I had in my pack on my Appalachian Trail through hike, but I want to point out some of the gear I really liked, and maybe some of the stuff that didn't work out so well. Let's start off with this. This is not a sexy gear choice. This is my water filter. But I love this thing. It worked out fantastic. This is a Hydro Blue filter, a VersaFlow, which I'd never heard of before my hike, to be honest. It actually came, I bought this kit with the CNOC bag from the CNOC website, and they just happened to be selling the CNOC bag with this filter. But this filter, I love it. I love the setup. The filter allows you to screw in a smart water bottle here at the bottom. It screws right in. It's great. It came with this gear tie here, and as you can see, I have destroyed the gear tie a bit. It's broken several times on my hike, so I bought this new gear tie here for going forward. But it was great because I could just fill up the CNOC bag with water, hang this on a tree or anything, a nail at a shelter, whatever I could find, screw in my smart water bottle, and the water would just filter. Now what's great about these Hydro Blue filters, I even had people come up to me and talk about how much flow it had compared to like their Sawyer filter. The Sawyers are super popular, almost, a lot of people have them. Nobody had a VersaFlow Hydro Blue, but it worked fantastic for me. Highly recommend it. Back flush is super easy. The flow was constant and good the whole trip. You can always squeeze the bag too if you want to hurry it up a little bit. But man, I just saw so many people on the trail squeezing their water and squishing their water the whole trip, and I would just hang this up, sit back, relax a little bit while my water filtered. I couldn't handle squeezing my water. So really loved that piece of gear. Next off, I'll show you something that didn't work out too well and what I replaced it with. I started my hike with this anodized aluminum pot, and for some reason I thought I should take this cozy with it, probably because I did a lot of my research when I was planning on beginning my hike in February. The cozy, the insulation was not really necessary for the type of weather I had on my hike. It never got very cold. This pot is heavy, did not work out well. After I got through the 100-mile wilderness, I sent it home, and I bought this super lightweight titanium 700 milliliter. This is a Vargo pot. It has a seal here, so it seals up. You can do cold soaking. I never really cold soaked, but I'd make my shake in the morning with this pot, seal it up, make my shake, and then at night I'd use this to boil water and pour my boiling water into my food to hydrate it. Really loved it. It worked out really great. I'm so glad I got rid of that heavy pot. Another thing I really liked, Smellproof. These are Smellproof bags. I got these off of Amazon.com. They work great. You put your food in, seals it up, they're reusable, they keep the smells out so the animals can't smell it. Now everybody says you should hang your food on the Appalachian Trail, and I saw some people hang their food, but I don't think a lot of thru hikers do. And in fact, there's a lot of places where it's really hard to hang your food. Just no good trees to do a good hang, and I think a bad hang is worse for bears than anything. A bad hang, bear gets into it, a bear learns, oh, whenever I see something hanging, that could be food. By using these Smellproof bags, I could keep the smells from proliferating. So some nights I just sealed up my food, threw it in my backpack, hung my backpack on my hammock, and then I'd pile up all my dirty, stinky clothes on top of it. Seems to work out well. I I don't think anybody would recommend you don't hang your food, but in some cases there really didn't seem to be a better option. One other thing I really like, my rain jacket. This is the cheapo Frog Togs rain jacket. It actually lasted my whole hike. 20 bucks, and it comes with a pair of rain pants. I didn't use the rain pants, and obviously it's a $20 jacket. You can see the seams are starting to rip here. You can't expect super good quality, but it did work out well, kept me dry, kept me warm. Also, I used it as a windbreaker. I'd put on all my clothes and just put this on top. Why spend 300 bucks on a rain jacket that isn't going to perform all that much better? 20 bucks, Frog Togs, fantastic. I got this rain kilt, rain skirt too. I'm going to say the jury is still out on this, believe it or not. It did work well to keep my shorts dry. Eventually, I'd always seem to get water in through the back, and eventually water would get in. Still, for a short, quick rain shower, this was great. I could also throw it on the ground. If there was wet, muddy ground or something I didn't want to get my bare feet on, but I wanted to walk around, I'd throw this down on the ground. I'd use it to wrap up my backpack on rainy nights. Sometimes I'd hang it over my backpack if my backpack was sticking out of my tarp a little bit when it was hung from my hammock. So I really want to like it. It's not awesome, but it's pretty good. I'm trying to like it. It had its uses, but I just want to throw that out because that was kind of a thing that I'd never used before. Which brings me to my umbrella. My lightweight backpacking umbrella. I really also want to love the umbrella. I like the idea of having the umbrella and the rain skirt. Here's the problem I had with the umbrella. It came down to my trekking poles. These are the Z-fold trekking poles I used on my hike. The tips are like totally worn down now. When I hit New York, New Jersey state line, my poles would not come apart anymore. They're designed to fold up into 3 pieces, and then I could just stick them in my backpack, right? I could fold up one, put it in my backpack, then I could hold the umbrella with one hand and have another pole in the other hand. But when I could no longer fold up my poles, if I wanted to use my umbrella, I was forced to hold my umbrella with one hand and then hold 2 poles with the other hand, and that was a little weird. That didn't really help very much. I do like hiking with 2 poles, I found. So even when I could stick one of these sticks, these hiking poles, in my backpack, having to hold the umbrella with one hand and a pole with the other hand was a little awkward. Something I really want to like, the umbrella. I love the idea. Just when you're doing steep hills and stuff, you want to have the 2 poles. So I might play around with trying to get an umbrella clip that you can clip to your backpack. I'll give it another shot. I'll try some things. But especially when I couldn't fold up my poles anymore, that umbrella just didn't do me any good. Lastly, I guess I'll point out my backpack. This is the Durston Catwalk 55. There's the Durston symbol right there. I really loved this backpack. Super lightweight, 2 pounds, maybe sub 2 pound backpack. Fit so comfortable for me. I guess I upgraded from a really old external frame pack that weighed probably 2 or 3 times as much. That was way less comfortable. I was shocked when I was wearing this, and my hips did not get sore on the first few days. Really great pack. Really enjoyed that. And those are kind of the gear I wanted to highlight. You know, my favorite pieces, the rain gear that I'm still trying to dial in a little bit. I will also say the other favorite piece of gear I had, which I did not bring out here for this video, was my hammock setup. And maybe at some point in the future I can do a full video dedicated to the hammock, because the hammock setup was fantastic. I love the hammock. There's nothing better than hanging up above the ground, especially when it's wet out and rainy and muddy. You just hang up above it. Has the tarp, obviously. Love the tarp too. I got a really expensive Dyneema tarp, but it worked out really well. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm grateful for all the people who followed me through my Thru hike and everything. Have a great Christmas and a happy New Year, and we'll see you around.